In today's short and sweet summer episode, we are going to be talking about what you can do this weekend to help set up your week to make life flow just a little bit easier. Stay tuned.
You're listening to the Wellness Simplified podcast. Simple wellness tips to help you improve your life without turning it upside down. With your host, award-winning fitness instructor, nutrition coach, and wellness expert, Susie Fevens.
Welcome back to the podcast. We are dead in the center of summer, which, first of all, how's that even possible? But secondly, if you are like me, routines have gotten a little off track. Things are just a little bit looser and chill in the summer months, and that can easily translate into taking a hiatus from some of the things that help make your week flow a little bit more smoothly. And that's what we're talking about today, because you know what? Last Sunday, I did 3 things that really changed the trajectory of the week. And they were such small things, because when we think about setting up the week, we think about like meal prep, or we think about, setting out outfits for the week for our kids. I have no idea, but it's always like this big, cumbersome idea of what we need to do to set up the week to make things flow a little bit more easily. And you know what? That is just not really reality, especially in the summer when you're trying to enjoy more of summer, maybe having a little bit more freedom. You don't want to be sitting in the kitchen all day Sunday meal prepping. I never want to spend all day on Sunday meal prepping. Winter, summer, fall, spring, anytime. But there are a couple things that you can do that are going to make things just that much easier. And what I did isn't necessarily what you're going to do, but hopefully it will help spark what those couple of things might be for you. So what did I do on Sunday? I did something that I haven't done in ages, and that is I actually filled out the supper plan for the week. I have a lovely little board from the dollar store, a little whiteboard that has like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just a place for you to plan out your meals. And during the winter, we get in a pretty good routine of having the same thing every Monday, the same thing every Tuesday, the same thing every Wednesday. But those meals, which usually include like stew and potato scallop, those wintry type of meals that you're not really that interested in the summer, I've been ignoring it. I haven't been doing it. And every night, here comes supper time, and here I go trudging around, irritated that, it's been left to me, as always, to come up with supper, because I'm the one who always makes supper, because I'm the one who's here, and I don't know what to make, and it's just humming and hawing, and So, I took legit 5 minutes and just planned out the meals for the week. There's nothing fancy. A lot of them are things that we've been having on a weekly basis, but I just thought about the schedule for the week, the nights that I'm going to be out, the nights my husband's working a bit later, and planned accordingly. And immediately I was just like, oh my gosh, I am so glad that I did that, because now I can just go look at the board. And if there is a night where I feel like, oh, I don't really want the thing that I have listed for tonight, I can look at the subsequent nights and maybe do a little flip-flop. Like, this doesn't have to be set in stone. So I did that. The second thing I did is every couple of weeks I buy a family pack of ground beef. We don't eat a huge amount of hamburger here, or ground beef, but I do like to get a package of it, and then I portion it out. So I have one of those, I don't know what they're called, but it's from Tupperware. It's for making hamburger patties. And I portion it out that way, and then I freeze it that way, because then I know I can just take 2, and that will be enough for whatever meal I'm making. But when I do that, then it's just plain ground beef patties. And one of the things I put on the meal plan for the week was meatballs. So before I portioned out all the hamburger, I took a bit out and I threw ingredients for meatballs, and I rolled them up and I threw them in a different container so they would be ready in the freezer to go. And then I put the rest in the patty things. So then, Because another problem I have is if I decide, okay, we're going to have meatballs, but all of my meat is frozen in patties, and I'm going to have to defrost it and then make it into meatballs, and then to cook them, they're going to fall all apart. Whereas if you just do it before you freeze it, then you're good to go. I made a double batch, so I made enough meatballs for 2 meals. So like next week or maybe a couple weeks from now, if I want to have meatballs on a specific night, I can just haul that other container out and I'm good to go. That was the second thing I did. Also, did not take very much time, but I feel very pleased about this. The third thing I did is I actually made, oh gosh, I can't think of what they're called. Like power balls, like energy balls. Energy balls, that's the word I was looking for. Peanut butter snack bites, whatever you want to call them, with the oats and coconut and hemp seeds and pumpkin seeds, whatever kind of seeds you want to throw in there, some peanut butter, some honey or maple syrup, roll them up. Boom, you're done. I really like to have those on hand for when I need a quick snack. And they take like 10 minutes. But I haven't made them in ages. So I did the same thing there. And I made a double batch. I put one in the fridge. I put the other in the freezer. And when the one in the fridge is gone, I can take the one from the freezer and put it in the fridge. So I have enough energy balls for probably 2 or 3 weeks. And again, it did not take very long at all. All those 3 things together seriously took less than half an hour total and have already made my week so much easier, and subsequent weeks, because I did a little extra when I made them, and I made the extra meatballs, I made the extra power balls, energy balls. Man, I really can't decide what to call those, but that's what I did. That's how I set up my week. Really nothing crazy. I didn't spend a lot of time, I didn't spend a lot of effort, but on Sunday, when my brain wasn't bogged down with work and deadlines and getting ready for classes, etc., where I had more mental availability to do that simple task of just assigning a meal to each night, I could easily do it, and now I just have to follow it. Whereas if I just did it day by day, like I have been doing it, at the end of the day, I'm tired. I've been making decisions all day, because when you work for yourself, you got nobody to make decisions for you. You're making all of them, and now here it's supper time and you have to make more decisions, and it's just like, ugh. So Sunday, when I wasn't having to make decisions, when I wasn't bogged down with all that stuff, I just did those 3 simple things and set my week up. So that is my challenge for you this weekend, or whenever your weekend is, because I know some people have it during the week, if you work shift work and whatnot, is to find those couple things you can do on your day off that aren't going to take very much time, but future you will thank you for. What can you do for your future self? Sometimes I leave work for future Susie, and then future Susie becomes present Susie, and present Susie isn't happy with past Susie, but these things happen. But right now, I want you to think about what you can do for future you to make life just a little bit easier. Maybe that means putting the laundry away. Maybe it means I don't know. I don't know what it means for you, because everybody's life's different. And I don't think that it's helpful for me to just give you a do this, this, and this, because everyone's life is different. But I know there are a couple things that you can do that will take the pressure off the rest of the week. So I want you to just let that simmer in the back of your mind, and it'll come to you. Don't spend a lot of data, brain waves working on it, but it'll come to you. What can you do in a short period of time that will make things easier for the week to come? That's it for today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope maybe it's inspired some thought, and maybe you've come up with a couple ideas or inclinations as to what those might be for you. But I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you have figured out how you can set it up the week ahead. I'll talk to you next time.